benvenuti all'Istituto Italiano di Cultura. Hjertelig velkommen til det italienske kulturinstitutt her i kveld på denne Giornata del Contemporaneo, som altså betyr dagen for samtidskunst, som et initiativ fra det italienske utenriksdepartementet. Og da synes vi det var en veldig god anledning til å benytte sjansen til å få opp denne kunsten her med Jan Koralberg. Det jo, som dere ser, en veldig spesiell kunst som vi veldig stolte av å ha her. Vi synes alltid det morsomt å ha kunstutstillinger, men det jo ekstra morsomt når det noe helt nytt som vi kan presentere her hos oss. Jan Koralberg jo utdannet metallingeniør, så det var sånn hele eventyret begynte. Og så begynte han å eksperimentere litt, og han fikk lyst til å lage noe litt annerledes, og det vil jeg jo si han har fått til. Og så har han da skapt seg dette, hva skal vi si, et sånt brand, et varemerke som han har kalt Just Pure Metal Art. Fordi her snakker vi ikke om vanlig lerret eller akrylmaling, vi snakker om bruken av metall, helt spesiell bruk av metall, som vi skal få høre om litt etter hvert, og ulike metalltyper også. Så det en veldig nyskapende kunst, som også kunsthistorikere og kunstkritikere i Italia har blitt begeistret for endelig noe helt nytt som kommer innen samtidskunsten på scenen i Italia. Så det veldig morsomt å kunne ha disse bildene her. Han på en måte, gjennom den vitenskapen han kan i ingeniørkunsten, så har han da lett etter en sammenstilling av kunst og ingeniørvitenskap. Og han prøver å søke et skjønnhetsuttrykk i dette som blir ut av denne kunsten sin. Han blander abstraksjon og vitenskap, skjønnhet og teknologi, og så blir det disse forskjellige uttrykkene, både her i disse små bildene, og som vi skal høre, i helt andre store sammenhenger. Men vi skal få høre mer om dette når nå kunstkritiker Lars Elton skal føre en samtale med ham. Lars Elton har vi benyttet flere ganger her hos oss. Han jobbet som kunstkritiker og redaktør og journalist i mange, mange år. Mange år for fast spaltist i VG, i Aftenposten, Morgenbladet, Klassekampen, i grunnen de fleste norske aviser, og nå skriver han fast for Dagsavisen. Og han mye brukt også i media, og også til sånne type tilstelninger som dette. Så da tror jeg rett og slett jeg skal gi ordet til deg, Lars Elton, Jan Koralberg. Prego. Grazie di essere venuto.
Grazie a voi.
Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. After this introduction, I don't have to say anything. She told everything about it. But I would like to start with your background. You're trained as an engineer, and you started making art in your spare time because you have discovered a method that is totally new. It's so new that you have taken out the patents for it.
Exactly.
To protect it, and because you saw that this has a commercial potential. But as a sidetrack from that, you started to discover that there was a potential here to make beauty. And how did that happen, that you started making art when you are an engineer?
It happened in my labs. I was working on this, let's say, on this technology. I was developing a new technology to modify the metal from itself. So first of all, I invite all our guests after that to touch the works, because you can touch. This is a type of art you have to touch to feel it, because there is nothing on it. And I was developing this new technology for technical applications, so we have very high pieces. Then I started drawing freehand on metal, and I saw something nice, something new. I always thought that I never seen in contemporary art, never known that. It was difficult to me in contemporary art to see something really innovative. So I thought that one should be something never seen, and it would be possible to create something nice. So not even in that moment calling it art, because I started doing things for myself, so for my own pleasure. But the idea was that I can transform something which was purely technical to something which could be something nice in design, art, architecture. So this was the first steps to get to Jan Koralberg.
Yeah. And when you say that, get to Jan Koralberg, that's an artist name that you have invented.
Yes.
And so you want to use this technique both as an engineer and as an artist.
Exactly.
But how do you do it? What did you discover?
That's the division, let's say. Because in my engineering life, I run a company which I used to produce also big things like that you see in the pictures. So buildings, facades, floors, so everything that goes in the architectural side, design, interior design. As artist, I do things with the same technology, but totally different in their art, because in buildings I do something in cooperation with architects, with designers, so I develop a project, of course, with the company, so we're talking about thousands of square meters. As an artist, I do unique pieces. I follow, I would say, my heart, but my feelings. I have some themes that I particularly love. So the theme, for example, of the interaction between matter and light. An example is that one. So it's something that I always studied, something that I also always liked. And every piece is handmade, so no machines, no digital things, but everything is made by me, by hand. Every piece is unique, so I guarantee to my customers as artists that every piece that my customers have is one piece in the world. So it's not something that can be replicated over and over. That is something that I have to guarantee to architects, because everything has to be almost the same.
We can, since you mentioned that every piece is unique, we can have a look at, there are 2 or 3 pieces over there that has a tree as a motif.
Exactly.
And if you study them, you can see that it's the same tree. You'll find 2 small branches on the left-hand side, which appears in all of the images. But still there are differences between the trees.
From one to another, because what I do usually is to develop a project. This project with the trees is called the duality project. It's talking about dualism, the black and white, the positive and the negative in art, in life. So it's a main theme, but what happens is that every metal gives different lights, different colors, different. So having even the same project, the same light motif, let's say, every piece is different. So you can see it there by yourself.
But this is made on metal, and it looks like it's a relief, but it's not. It's very smooth.
That's why you have to touch.
Yeah. But you still haven't told us how you do it. On your website you talk about oxidation, and so it's a process where you, in a way, dig out what's that in English? Qualities in the metal. But you have a very special method of doing that.
Okay.
And so you have to tell us a little bit about it, because it's difficult for people who hasn't seen what you are doing to understand how it's done.
I know.
What happens?
To be honest, it's the first question that everyone makes. How do you, even tonight, already happened that someone asked me, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Of course, I cannot explain perfectly and in detail how I do, because there are also patterns in that from my company side. But what I create is a controlled oxidation. So usually people are used on metals to see rust. No? When people think about oxidation, think about something bad on the metal. The reality is that you can create also good oxides, something that protects even better the metal from corrosion, from scratches. And what I do is to take out with some machineries. So I do not use lasers, I do not use acids, I do not use anything that is already known, so I don't scratch my works. But I use a mix of chemistry, current, and other totally ecologically things to take out from the metal and modifying by the very inside of the metal the nature of the metal itself, but without changing the heart, let's say. So the metal stays metal, and everything that you see is something that belongs to the metal itself. So a stainless steel, for example, we give some colors. A titanium, like the one on the other room, will give totally different colors. So I do not apply anything, but I can, let's say, drive what happens inside of the metal with my technique. So it's a boundary. I decide one side of the work, the metal decides the other one.
Yeah. So we understand a little, even if it's still cloudy. But you say you have sort of a pencil as a tool.
Yes.
And you have them in different sizes, so from very tiny to up to 1 meter, I understand.
Exactly. I use, here we are passing some images from also architectural works for my business, for my big works, let's say, as company. For architecture, of course, I use bigger machines with bigger electrodes, so even 1.5, 2 meters of electrode. For the Jan Koralberg works, so the artist work, I developed some small, like pencils, which I use exactly as a classical artist uses. So freehand and very thin, like it should be a brush. So I use my own brushes developed by me and draw on metal.
Yeah. But you also use photography and maps and technical drawings as your motives. But you also like to do freehand work, which are more artistic, like what we see here, and one on the side here, and there's one very black one over there, which we will end with. But how do you find your inspiration when you work with art, when you don't have somebody who tells you what they want?
So my inspiration usually comes from both a feeling. So I like pursuing a theme, a special theme, as it is for the duality project, as it is for the other project which I call interaction, the light and matter interaction, and those are the more abstract part which I like much more. On the other side, I do also experimental in my own experiments on giving always a better definition to my technique. So to get better lines, more technical details. So it's like a fight between the abstract and free way and the photographic precision. It's a continuous research and development, which for me is also a game. So I like doing that one. So both are important for me.
Since we have the pictures here running, this is perhaps your biggest project. It's a facade decoration for a building for Nokia in Italy.
Yes.
And what did you say?
Near Milano.
Near Milano, yeah. And it's nearly 1,500 square meters, so it's extremely big. But it looks a bit different from the works that we see here. It's transparent, and the motifs are silhouettes of trees. How did you come up with that idea?
This idea is exactly that one. That one was the real first work we did in architecture. This is a UNESCO heritage in Bagrati. and this was a project in 2010. The other one, building, everything like that starts with the cooperation with architects, of course. We work with also bigger famous architectural studies, so there is a request. Architects like a lot using metal, but they are looking always, every year, every month, for something new. So they are looking for their own customizing and looking for something that can resist, of course, because we can even print something on metal, but then it will last 1 year, 2 years, then the colors will change with the normal printing, even for external. What I do will last practically forever, because it's part of the metal, so as long as the metal lasts, my things, my art will last.
Yeah. And this makes it also very eco-friendly, you said.
Yes, it's a very important point to me. More is for the artistic part, for the architectural part, because we're talking about metal, so 100% recyclable. And what I do is part of the metal. And again, I say I don't use acids, I don't use dangerous chemicals. So all the process from the beginning, from the bare material to the final recycling is totally eco-friendly. So for me it's really important
because metals are part of what we dig out of the earth, and so it can go back to the earth as well.
Exactly.
And since you are
recycled,
and since you don't use any chemicals, then it's no problem.
Exactly.
That's a good thing to know, at least. But then you are based in Modena, which is in a cluster of cities which are known for top technology. You have the car producer Maserati and Ferrari, Lamborghini, and you have huge factories for Italian tiles, ceramic tiles, biomedical industry. How important is this milieu for your existence and your development?
Well, it's totally important because, as you said, Modena, many people know Modena. But usually, if someone doesn't know Modena, when you say, okay, Ferrari, Maserati, Pavarotti, everyone knows where it is, or mainly what happened in Modena. So for me, exactly as Pavarotti, Ferrari, and other technological things brought me to the studies. I always liked engineering, but especially I specialized in metals. So my real job is to be an engineer specialized in materials, especially specialized in metals. So what offers the university there gave me the possibility to be what I am now and to create all the things.
Yeah.
So for me it's fundamental.
And it's also a question of history, because Modena is a medieval Renaissance city which has a very long and proud history. Which also brings us over to art and architecture, which is a base you are standing on. But since we are talking about modern technology, I would like to point to a project that you just have started with Caterpillar, which is big shovels, store bulldozers, which are working on road construction and such things. And for the shovels, you have made a special project that will prove the quality of
that's something really new. We talked about that today. It's a new project. I like to do, usually there is an heritage for art. Art has to be protected and it's perfect. But I wanted to create something different. A new type of art which could dissolve with time. So exactly as you draw something on the seaside, on the sand, and then a wave arrives and throws it away. My idea was with a friend of mine, which has an extraction cave. So it takes with this big caterpillars, it's like this building almost, takes out the sand for the ceramics, for the tiles production. All those caterpillar blades are made of course, of metal. And I would like, in cooperation with him, to create some works on these blades, on these metal blades, and then during the works, of course, since the blade will consume, will go away. So it will be like, in Italian I would call it arte ephemera, so something that dissolves with time. And we will see for some time and no more. And I like this idea, to enjoy something just for a short time.
Yes. You have been exhibiting not all over the world, but several places, among them in the Kremlin in Moscow and at the Architects Association in New York. And for the last occasion, you produced a series of drawings of the Empire State Building.
Mm-hmm.
And you have been working with architecture, as we know. So how did you transform that image of Empire State Building into art?
Well, the idea was also to create the title, because the work I called that Empire Stainless Building. So since I worked on a stainless web, which was about 2 meters and something, I thought that it was nice to celebrate the USA, to create something special for them. So I had to exhibit in New York, which is the emblem of New York, historical emblem of New York, the Empire State Building. So the idea was to create, to reproduce on this web, which was even very open, so it was difficult for that to work on the web. But the result was good also because of the dimension, because I have all the space. So now this work is running across the United States, I know.
Yeah.
They are showing it across the United States, so I'm proud of that. So really.
Yeah. You have also made works that are much bigger than those you have brought here. It's a practical reason for that, because you had to carry everything in your suitcase. But you have also worked with other works of art, which is called appropriation, that you take a motif and then you make it into your own. And down in the corner there is one motif with the runer, which is the old Norwegian written language. And you have also made a version of a very famous painting. It's been shown on the screen, but it stopped. So everybody knows this one, I guess.
Czech one.
And so why didn't you bring the screen to Oslo? There it is.
Yeah, this was the reason. Since I've already been in New Orleans and I visited the museum and seen by my own eyes the urno, we call it, scream of moon, the feelings that I had was not of the scream of terror or of despair, but I felt very positive feelings for the work, and it remained in my heart. So, since I was developing and trying something new, I thought that it was nice to give thanks to all for this work, changing something and doing my own interpretation. So the screen is because of the alien invasions, and that's it. It was fun.
But you told me earlier today that you found it funny. And but it's as you point out, it's there are alien robots in the sky, and the colors are a bit disturbing, but they are nice. So tell me a little bit more about why you found the screen funny.
No, I mean I didn't found funny the screen itself, but I felt positive feelings. I mean, I didn't found the scream on the real picture disturbing, so I didn't feel a scream of terror. I thought maybe he saw something on the other side that is disappointing, maybe. So it was, let's say, a neutral feeling, a positive feeling. So this wasn't a scream of disturb. So this was an explanation why he was screaming.
Yeah.
That was my idea. Why an answer to why it's screaming.
Mm-hmm. You're not the only one who has been inspired by the screen. The most famous version is perhaps by Andy Warhol, which is who made a lot of appropriations of different motives by Edvard Munch, and his Scream and the Italian singer Eva Docci, for instance, and some other motives that he made as a series. And they are quite huge. They are in this format, so you have still have a...
Mine was like that.
It was like that. So still you have a little way to go. Yeah. But you have been, you told me that you are inspired by other artists too, and you mentioned Peter Bruegel, in words, sometimes it stops here, Linus Bosch, Leonardo da Vinci, of course, and Brunelleschi, the famous architect with dome, the big church in Florence, Firenze, and to stop Seurat. And you spoke about them as artists, as engineers. And Seurat is quite obvious because he invented a new method of painting with creating motifs with small dots. But all those others, Leonardo da Vinci is also obvious because he was a scientist on top of being an artist. But tell me a little bit more about this inspiration that the artist as engineer.
Well, I must be honest, I always see the art as an innovator. So for me, the artist is an innovator. At the same time, as an engineer, can be an innovator in his own way, inventing something new, a new technique, developing something that not necessarily becomes art. Let's say, for me, a nice car like a Ferrari should be even art. So it's a little different from the classical, but and the first one you cited, Bruegel and Bosch, they are two of my favorites from the purely, let's say, inspiration point of view. I mean, if I go to a museum and I see Bruegel, I see Bosch, I see I love to see them. From the inspiring point of view for what I do, I'm looking for two people like Brunelleschi, like Leonardo, like Seurat, which bound the art itself in the classical way, so drawing and doing something more like art, like paintings, to a technology, because they were the inventors. So the same way, I'm inventing also not only in this field, but also in the industrial field and inventing other things. So I hope one day you remember like that, and not so much, but yeah, that's my inspiration.
You put titles, and they're obviously quite important to you. How do you look for and find your titles?
Well, the titles, I think, are fundamental for my works, for all my art. Because when I starting doing work, I always have a focus on the main theme. So maybe I'm not sure about the final title, how it can be this one with subverbs. I didn't think I do a work which would be called subverbs. But when I develop the work, the main theme is for that, for example, the population, so the living, the human being in big buildings, like in Shanghai, for example. And then the title comes at the end, but I always give a title to my work, because I think that the title has to explain to people that look at your work, what was your feeling. Then you can see whatever you want. Maybe here you can see flowers. I'm okay with that. But for me, that was a subject. So I love to give a title, exact title, and explanation of what led me to this work.
Good. You said quite early that you like to work with abstract paintings. And there are a few examples, but the black one over there is called scar symmetry. And you can interpret it as a candle with a flame on top. You can see it as a totally abstract work. But you compare it, and you call it scar symmetry, and a scar is when you shatter them, when you scar yourself, and then the skin will heal, and there's a process. And in this non-figurative work, you try to find sort of a process.
Yes, yes.
How do you explain that?
What I feel in the work, which maybe for someone is brutal, let's say, because it's just a black square with some scratches in the middle. What led me to this work was this idea that when I create my works, I use a process which makes something better on the metal. So I always see the metals, but this is the explanation I usually do also to my students in the university. When you scratch, for example, stainless steel, it's like a human being. You have a scratch, then with the oxygen in the air, you heal this the scratch, and the stainless remains, the steel remains stainless, so there is no rust. The same happens with what I do. So the idea was to create something totally black, then scratch it with an abrasive, so damage it. So there was damage, which in the life should be a loss, something bad that happens. But exactly as it happens with the skin, you can heal this scratch, you can heal this wound with art. So my idea was that art can heal everything. So when you see something nice, or you hear a sonata at the piano, when you see something really which is art in, let's say, 360 degrees, you heal yourself. So art heals everything for me.
So do you think that your art can heal other people, or is it only for yourself?
I think that my art can give something nice, maybe I hope heal, but hope people don't have something to heal, just to enjoy.
That's good. Thank you very much.